Hey guys, today I'm going to bring you an update on the 2001 GMC Sierra. This is actually going to be the final project update. So this thing's been pretty quick flip, honestly. It's not sold yet, but hopefully it's going to be sold within the next few days. It's going to be on its way out pretty much. This truck, very budget build, and because it's really not worth putting too much money in. It's going to get you from point A to point B for maybe about 2 years, and that's about it. So I'm just going to go once over around this thing and show you guys what I've done, and we'll start it up and maybe even take it for a little drive and then put her back, and pretty much that'll be the last video on this thing. So I said I was going to put a new back bumper on it, but I just can't bring myself to do it, honestly. I know, oh, you're lazy, you don't want to put a back bumper on. Look, guys, I just don't really feel like putting the work in this late in the year. It's getting cold outside. I can make all excuses all day, but honestly, I guess I just don't feel like it. Just don't really feel like messing with those bolts. As good as they may look on camera, they're really, really gone. That's going to be a real pain to get out. Yeah. I don't even know if the next owner will even bother putting another another bumper on it. Tailgate, I think, works now. I'm not going to try it, but I think it works. The bed's actually not in terrible shape, and especially back here, I have to step on a certain place on this bumper, else I'll fall through. This bed's actually in pretty good shape. As hard to believe as it is, it's only dirty, really. I mean, there's really no holes in this bed at all. It's really held up nicely compared to the rest of the truck. Tailgate's pretty screwed as far as the rest goes. I think it's functional, though. I haven't really tried it because I really don't want to feel... I don't really feel like busting it. As I've owned this truck, I've actually started watching this get worse, literally. These bubbles here, the moisture in the air when it gets dewy out is actually making these bubbles worse. And pretty soon this whole thing's just going to open up to one big hole. It's still pretty solid right now, but it doesn't have long in this life. You see when I knock the bed, when I just push on the bed, basically the whole bed moves and some rust just fell. Gas cap, I don't care. Honestly, look at the rest of the truck. Really cosmetic. There are a few pluses about this truck, though. One being the tires. The tires on this truck are really good. Really, really good. This frame's actually not in terrible shape. Pretty much everything functions, actually. It's actually not terrible. I mean, it's hard to break a roll-down window, although I'm sure that in these GM trucks it's not too hard with the quality that they put into these trucks. Four-wheel drive works, and I'm going to start it up for you guys. This thing is stupid reliable for starting up. This thing starts up every single time. Now I jinxed myself. It's probably not going to start, but let's go ahead and see if it starts. Just like that. I don't know what that music is, but YouTube don't like. No warning lights whatsoever. Power steering does whine a little bit, but that's only because it's seen better days. The power steering pump ran probably out of fluid so many times it's probably just worn. Actually, as the truck warms up, the don't want that bee on the inside. No, thank you. Sorry, I lost my train of thought because I was really focusing on that B. And I honestly don't... Oh, power steering pump. I'm sorry, guys. It's been a long day. So the power steering pump, once the truck warms up, it actually does start being quiet. So radio works. Air conditioning does not work. I will say that. Heat, as far as I know, works. I haven't really tried it. It hasn't been that cold, at least when I've started this thing. The last time I really touched this truck was like 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago or so. And yes, we do have a little bit of a project going on, in case you guys couldn't tell. So I did clean out the interior. You could hear this thing's running awesome. A little bit of revs. You got your average GM thing. So luckily, all the gauges are relatively accurate. The oil pressure is working, and from what it's showing, it's got good oil pressure. I don't know how true that is. This thing was about 2 quarts overfilled. Why? I don't know. I can't find any oil leaks underneath. I don't know, but I took the 2 quarts out of it. I'm going to have to tell the guy who picks this thing up to, you know, watch out for that. Keep on checking the oil pretty often just to make sure that, you know, it's not either burning oil, which I'm sure these trucks are known for, or leaking oil, because that would be bad. Both of those situations would be bad if the engine ran out of oil. But let's go ahead and go for a little test drive. I know I'm boring you guys, so let's go for a little test drive. We actually did end up fixing this shifter. Let's see, I actually got to put in 4-wheel drive because the yard's probably pretty moist right now. I'm gonna just go around the yard just real quick. This shifter still isn't exactly right, but it's better than what it was. It wasn't even going into park. So, but the 4-wheel drive works perfectly. This thing really is a nice truck when it works. You know, believe it or not. I mean, my dad actually did drive this on the road once. Maybe not as legally as we want it to, but you know, you got to do what you got to do. But yeah, this thing, I know we're going pretty slow, but this thing, it really does drive pretty well. It's got all the gears. It brakes really well. It's just good functioning. That's really what I'm trying to get at. It's a good functioning truck. It may not look pretty, but it gets the job done. And that's really all you ask from a truck, you know. I know it was a really quick drive, guys, but obviously I can't drive on the road. I don't have a dealer plate or anything, so I'm gonna put it back into 2-wheel drive there, and that should be good. Luckily, it's got the manual shifter for 4-wheel drive, not the push button. You hear that power steering is pretty quiet now. I'll go ahead and show you guys under the hood. Here, this thing's running. You just see it's really not that bad anymore. It gets even better as the truck warms up. As it warms up, I should say, because it's already getting warm. You see, we got no leaks underneath. Nothing leaking. As far as I can tell from the camera screen, we got nothing leaking. So, no, it does look like we have a little bit of something there, but that's probably from when I had to loop I actually did end up looping the power steering on this thing because the cooler gave out, and I wasn't about to put a brand new cooler into a truck that probably isn't going to last that long anyway. I figured the power steering has already seen better days. You know, it's just not worth putting that power steering cooler in when it doesn't necessarily need it. At least I don't think. But I mean, this thing just runs pretty darn good. You guys can hear it running. It's nice and quiet up here. There is a little bit of hole in the muffler. When I say a little bit, I mean quite a bit. So as rust falls from the hood. I don't know where the muffler is, but trust me, that thing is leaking. Oh, there it is. Yeah, just a little bit beat up, but it's quiet enough to the point where it could be on the road. So alright, well that's pretty much been it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is a final project update on the good old Sierra. Hopefully I get pretty good money for it. I have literally minimal investments in this thing. Actually, I think I'm still under $10. So yeah, I mean, it's just gonna be, that was the plan for just this thing being a quick flip. Let me block the sun out for you guys, and hopefully that's what it is. Alright, well, see you guys in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. Sorry if I bored any of you. I know this wasn't the most entertaining video of all, but you know, just wanted to give you guys in-depth videos, and that's that. Alright, hit that notification bell, and bye-bye, everybody.